The ship is.
I'll take it. I'm gonna go anyway.
Oh, that's right. I can hear.
Oh, all right.
Oh. Good to see you.
Maybe then
We have a few guests today.
For a few more minutes, Dan is still a guest. Welcome again, Dan. We try always to introduce people when their mouths are full. Emily Heyman is here from the town offices. And Rick Cote is here with Susan. And our chronic guest Elena is here. So Ted Kenny is going to give us our Rotary Minute this morning. Ted?
And wow, he dressed nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Got court today, so.
yeah, I thought so.
Wow.
And this, yeah. Oh, no, there was a cartoon, not a, there was a coloring book about lawyers actually that I saw once. It was a spoopy thing, and the lawyer keeps talking about what you should color because he's important. And there's a thing of him in getting dressed, and he's just got his boxers on, but he's got his suit on top, and he says, "Even my underwear is important. Color my underwear important." I thought that was that is. That's so I could wear important underwear. So the Rotary Minute today is about the 4 avenues of service. The term 4 avenues of service is frequently used in Rotary literature and information. The avenues refer to the 4 elements of the object of Rotary: club service, vocational service, community service, and international service. Although the avenues of service are not found in any formal part of the constitutional documents of Rotary, the concept has been accepted as a means to describe the primary areas of Rotary activity. Club service involves all the activities necessary for Rotarians to perform to make their club function successfully. Vocational service is a description of the opportunity each Rotarian has to represent the dignity and utility of one's vocation to the other members of the club. Community service pertains to those activities which Rotarians undertake to improve the quality of life in their community. It frequently involves assistance to youth, the aged, handicapped, and others who look to Rotary as a source of hope for a better life. The 4th avenue, international service, describes the many programs and activities which Rotarians undertake to advance international understanding, goodwill, and peace. International service projects are designed to meet humanitarian needs of people in many lands. When a Rotarian understands and travels down the 4 avenues of service, the object of Rotary takes on even greater meaning.
Thank you, Ted. Every time we have a Rotary Minute, I learned something I didn't know before. Hi, good morning. No, it's good. And Terry will give us our inspiration this morning.
Well, good morning, everybody, and my inspiration this morning is 2 different parts. And so the first one is a few inspirational sayings, and the first one comes from Walt Whitman. He says, "Keep your face always toward the sunshine, and shadows will fall behind you." And Jimmy Dean says, "I can't change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust my sails to always reach my destination." And some of you sailors out here would find that appropriate. And Ronald Reagan said, "We can't help everyone, but everyone can help someone." Yeah, this was this organization. And I had 2 short poems to read to you that I read about 1.5 years ago when I first became a member here of the Rotary. And they're about leadership. And the first one is, well, you'll recognize it in yourselves, I think, because of your either current or past leadership roles in various organizations. And so the author of this is a Mary Lou Anderson, who gave this address in 1970 as Speaker of the House of Delegates of the American Public Health Association Academy of Student Pharmacists. It was also delivered in the State House about in 2020. Leaders are called to stand in that lonely place between the no longer and the not yet, and intentionally make decisions that will bind, forge, move, and create history. We are not called to be popular. We are not called to be safe. We are not called to follow. We are the ones called to take risks. We are the ones called to change attitudes, to risk displeasure. We are the ones called to gamble our lives for a better world. And the second one is one that from that famous author that has written more poems than anybody else, anonymous. And you may recognize this from your various experiences in life earlier on in your life. So it goes like this. It's not my job to run the train. The whistle I don't blow. It's not my job to say how far the train's supposed to go. I'm not allowed to pull a brake or even ring the bell. But let the damn thing leave the track and see who catches hell.
Yikes. Try to one up that one. Yowza. Dan, will you come up, please? So we have yet another new member to the club. Careful of that wire.
Sure.
Dan Clark has some interesting things on his member survey. He put in business and he put in what are the other two things? You put clergy and one other.
No,
No?
Olympic skiing, but I lied about that. So.
Oh.
I don't know what else I put besides manufacturing. but-
Manufacturing, that was
Yeah.
the other one. He has also been called to Rotary clubs in the past to speak, and on occasion speaking about his work in the correctional system. So we need to welcome Dan, and we're going to hit him up to speak to us at some point. Dan, welcome to the Williston-Richmond Rotary. Read all your stuff, and there should be a pin in there.
Thank you so much.
On the badge. And this is a perfect time for me to remind you all that you all should be wearing your Rotary pin. The one on your badge does not count. So all of you who don't have your Rotary pin on today, you might want to see if you've got $1 in your pocket. Okay. So just a few business things before we introduce our speaker. You all may have gotten and hopefully read my email yesterday. I'm probably going to bring this up ad nauseum. We're in a bit of a crisis. Our charities budget has $3,400+ in it. And I said we needed over $5,700, $3,000 for scholarships, $2,000 for heating assistance, $770 for Ryla. But I also forgot we need some money to buy t-shirts for the 5K run. So we need money. And I need each of you to do something about getting a donor. Andy's going to introduce you to the fundraising letter, and I will pass them around so you have some. Go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, well, so I'll be doing that. Special thanks to the fundraising committee. Vince did a lot of work on this, but Susan and Sherry, I don't want to miss anybody. Ellie, Jen is new to our committee. Leslie, yeah, sorry, trying to go around the rooms here. So, this letter, you're going to get some. It's also on the website. Susan has posted it. You'll find it down on the right under downloads. It's two-sided. I'm going to be quick here. This is a walk around to get money to run our Club. I want to point you to it's on the back of mine, but page 2. Here's the sell to the business or the people you're supporting. At the one, and you'll see it goes from $100 up to $2,000, and there are various benefits for each level. So from the bottom up, bronze gets people listed and printed in our annual thank you letter in the Williston Observer. It's a great ad, so that's great publicity to the person or business. The next level up gets you that benefit plus name printed on the shirt. We've all seen the event shirt. People will get their business printed on the back. For $500, you get those 2 things, plus a display table. Some businesses or people have asked to, introduce themselves. So for $500, especially at the Deb Beckett Memorial Run, they can set up a table, meet and greet people. Plus, you listed as order on our club website page. $1,000, all of that, plus public display at all of our farmers market and town fair booths. We're getting more out into the community. Started doing it last year, going to town fair. We'll have some form of a sandwich board or a display at our event listing the people at that level. Plus, that business can come and meet and talk to us, tell us what they do, introduce us to the business, all part of that benefit. $2,000 a Rotary Hero, all of that, plus your business is listed at every one of our service events. Again, we will have signage, we'll have display. So we will be thanking these people each and every time we're out in the community. So please start 9 o'clock today. And thank you. If you have any questions, talk to Sally, me, or anybody on some region committee.
And I'm going to send these 2 lists around. I'll start them on either end. These are donors from past ski challenges and the people who obtained their donation. You will notice that a lot have Howard Novak's name on them. Just to refresh your memories. Yes, you can make it just a few though.
That's okay. I just want to make sure that everybody understands the situation as far as Florida is concerned. We have 2 businesses. One is for the club and one is for charity. The charity's business is a public charity listed with the IRS. It is definitely a non-taxable donation for a business or a person. And they need to understand that. We have a number, we have a form that we can give the businesses if they want it, okay? And they can be assured that if they look up our number on the IRS website, they will determine that it is in fact a clear public charity, 501c3. That's very important for some businesses because they want to make sure that their tax distribution includes the fact that they are not contributing to a non-charitable organization. Thank you very much.
That was over 100 words.
So we not only know that, but we know that Chris can count high and he can count fast.
To remind people that when I did the Rotary Minute, the stuff about, to Phil's point, the as a charitable organization, the number of dollars that actually go to helping people and the mention of us being, we're really high rated in terms of it's a really, not only is it a business deduction, but it also is really, really
Administrative.
Within
it's
our,
very low administrative cost.
this
Thank
is
you.
not Rotary International. So Rotary International has a small expense. This is our local
100%.
club and 100%
Okay,
of it goes.
awesome.
There's none of it.
Good, thank
for
you. Exactly.
administrative
That's,
expenses.
I think that's
Right, thank you.
really.
And one other note that I'll make is a lot of us are not very good about asking people for money. So you're perfectly welcome to write a personal check. And in case you need to have a purpose for that, we have historically had a group in this club called Red Sox Nation, which is something you can donate for. I called Toby Rockwood last night, Toby, Deb's wife, and she's going to donate $100 to Red Sox Nation. Thank you very much, Toby. So And I would not be opposed to there being another baseball club nation if you want to compete.
Like maybe the Yankees.
For example, yeah.
Red Sox.
Did you mean the team that's ahead of the Red Sox?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, there's too many of those to mention. I'm sorry.
And historically, the Yankees fans have been pretty cheap.
The Yankees fans have not made donations in the past, so we're not counting on that resource. Okay, now we have a couple of Green Up Day announcements. Elizabeth, you want to go first, and then Sherry, I'll have you go second.
Sally, very quickly,
Yes.
how will we, if we're gonna call them businesses, how will we make sure we're not stumbling in and stepping on the toes of somebody else? Like, my son works at Jersey Mike's, I'm happy to go there, but.
Okay, you've got Jersey Mike's. Everybody heard that? We'll make a list and we'll make, you can write it in. Are you writing it in, Leslie?
I'm writing it on this.
Okay, so Leslie's writing it in,
Thank you.
but thank you for asking. That's important. Go ahead, Elizabeth.
Okay, so Green Up Day coincides with the town fair. I don't know how many of you went to that last year, but we're planning to have a tent there again this year. And Leslie and I were brainstorming yesterday about what we could do to bring more community members into knowing what Rotary is and possibly participating in things. So our idea is to have a theme that's growing community, and we need your help because what we thought we'd do is give away little plants. And we don't want to buy them. We want people to start them or do cuttings or whatever. So like I have a bunch of spider plant babies that I'm going to put in pots. And we were thinking people could start sunflowers or beans or something that grows quickly because it's in 3 weeks. So, but if everyone can start a few plants or take a few clippings and get them in little, like I have a bunch of 4-inch pots that I just have from plants that I bought, fill those up and donate them to us. That would be lovely. Leslie.
Who has some that they want to repot and donate? I do. Anybody else?
I'll start some seeds.
Perfect. Who? Okay. Oh, Elena. Yeah.
I'll donate something.
Okay, hold on. I gotta write your names down.
But I don't know how much it's gonna do in 3 weeks. So that's our request, is to have little plants that we can give away. Don't have to go too crazy. If you start 6 sunflowers and give them to us, that would be lovely. And we're open to other ideas, and also for people who would like to come stand at our tent. Do you know that hours is 8 to noon?
It's 8 to 12. People who sign up to help will probably have to come before 8 to set up and afternoon to break down. But you might sign people up for 2-hour shifts if we can't do the whole morning.
It's May 6th.
Saturday.
So Saturday, May 6th, 8 to 12. Leslie and I will be there, but we want other people to come help us. And
It's lots of fun.
it is.
It really is. So who would like to join us at our booth? Okay, Rick.
Getting for your people. They need people to clean up.
Right.
Yeah.
It's okay. We'll work it out.
Listen,
Okay.
It's fine. It all worked out last year.
All right, who else?
Last year.
Who else wants to come to the booth?
save yourselves if you
All right.
want to help clean up.
Okay, I have Rick, Sally, Jude, Elena, Leslie, Elizabeth. Who did I miss? Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't have Chris for the booth. Okay,
No, wait a minute. I'm not gonna be there. I'll do the plan.
gotcha. I got you for that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Anyone else?
now we need Sherry to step up and ask for people. who
Did I
wanna-
miss anything, Leslie?
Who wants a green bag?
Clean up,
I have some from last year, by the way.
Armin. Leslie cleaning up? No, you're doing the thing. Okay, who else wants to help pick up trash?
Just as a little enticement, we have some very attractive Rotarian at Work vests for you to wear.
We had a lot of fun last year, you guys. We did,
Yeah, we discovered how disgusting.
We-
this is.
yeah, we did part of St. George Road, and I looked at your app. And I'm trying to find a, something that's not as steep. That was kind of rough terrain, and as a fall prevention specialist, I was like, I was just like scared. I was scared. I was like,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
what?
Are you looking at the town site and
Yes.
just be forewarned that that's what we did last year? And people do a beautiful job of cleaning up, but they don't sign up.
Right.
So.
I
you
know. all we can do is sign up and then see what happens. Yeah. So, I only have me and Armin for picking up trash. Anybody else?
Dave,
Dave.
good job.
It's, the 6th.
Saturday, May 6th. You all don't have to tell her right now, but you need to think about it.
Yeah.
Enlist your children, your
Yeah,
grandchildren,
we'll
your
take all the
neighbors.
littles
Yeah,
and the bigs,
get some
everybody.
people into it, because we'd like to have non-Rotarians help us with some of our projects, and this is a good one.
We do, if you have a specific area that you're working on, which I'm sure you're trying to do, we have Rotarians at work signs that we can put out there that are
Oh.
really nice.
Yeah,
Great.
I'll bring those on.
okay,
I'm keeper of the signs.
the keeper. All right, so anyone else that decides it's May 6th, I'm not sure what time yet we're meeting. Last year it was a blast. It really was. And people like go by, they toot their horn, you know, you wave. We wore our yellow hats and
And your vest, you're gonna be wearing vests.
we know.
Get to know each other better.
We were assigned to South Brown Hill Road and somebody else was there.
Yeah.
Yep, so we just moved.
Still found plenty to pick up.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
we've got
we
plenty
did.
of
I
places
think
with
we
trash.
pretty much put together a car, right?
Climbed down the bank and got that ugly mess cleaned up.
Yeah, what's that?
We're traveling out of the country.
Aw,
Gee, that's too bad.
you have to change your flight.
Okay, I'm gonna hip check you out.
Absolutely.
So,
Anybody-
remember, Sherry's the person. Armand, do you want to talk about canoe access?
Yes. I have sign-up sheets for the canoe access area. There is a little issue down there, but I'm going to check on that this week and take care of it. Put signage up or something. So if everyone would sign in, I need somebody on the 1st of the month of every month and someone in the middle of the month, the 1st and the 15th or couple days either side's fine.
And
It's not too much. I'm doing the first one. I'll do it shortly. There's quite a bit of trash down there, but typically bring a plastic bag with you or a container or something. There's usually a few items. Picking up fallen branches, twigs, whatever, mowing the grass, weed whacking the path down to the river. That's pretty much it.
Where is
I'm sorry,
where?
the canoe access area, the Fontaine Canoe Access Area down in North Williston on the right. So you'll need a lawnmower or a weed whacker at the minimum and a trash bag.
Jen, if you want to sign up with me.
And also the Schmoker Trail, the club has adopted that trail. We've had it for a few years now. That's the section between down the hollow on Oak Hill Road, right by Old Creamery Road. And it comes out on Sunset Lane. That short area. Basically, we do a little trimming, picking up branches, cleaning up type stuff. And like people to sign up for that too. And it's usually fun. We get together, we get to visit, get to know each other a little better.
And if any new members would like to do it, just sign up with an older member.
Thank you, Sally.
Okay, so now let's have an introduction of our speaker, please.
We're very fortunate today to have Kate Alberghini with us. She is the executive director of Green Up Vermont, and she's a 7th generation Vermonter. I don't know that we have any in our club. We have any we have, we have 2 others. All right. She grew up in Central Vermont in Moortown, and she and her husband have 2 daughters, one in California, one in Maine, a grandson, and another grandchild on the way. So that's exciting in August. They have 2 blue heelers, pups who they trekked around with on Green Up Day last year and enjoyed meeting people. The dogs apparently are very friendly, very outgoing. Kate's formal education was in graphic design and communication. Her career led her to design in the print industry to marketing and event production. In 2004, she created and produced the Vermont Women's Expo, which I think was a wonderful organization. It ran for 16 years, and it gave hundreds of small businesses the opportunity to bring their products and services to the powerful consumer market of women. Kate joined the state of Vermont in 2009 to 2013 as Chief Marketing Office under Lawrence Miller, assisting many agencies and departments with their marketing needs. Some of her outstanding projects include redrawing electronically, digitally, the state police crest and the I Am Vermont Strong license plate, and some website design. After the state, she spent 5 years at Norwich University as Director of Creative Services prior to transitioning to Green Up Vermont in 2019. And this May will be her 4th Green Up Day at the helm. It's my pleasure to introduce Kate Alberghini.
Because it's a reporting in progress, a simple action. So that's where we can get in touch with that younger generation and start building their pride in their environment and where they live, in their communities, and having them realize that participating in giving back and volunteerism is very heartfelt and it means a whole lot. Not only to themselves, but also to their surroundings. Green Up Day last year had over 19,000 volunteers statewide. We picked up 75% of the town and city roads, does not include the state highways or interstates. So 75% of all the roads we cleaned up. On the screen, you'll see some statistics. Nearly 500 tons of trash was cleaned up by these 19,141 volunteers. And that's data that's collected the day of. Many people go out on their walks year round and pick up litter.
Yeah.
So that's really just a snapshot of one day. Over 14,000 tires, abandoned tires in the environment that are cleaned out of not only off roadways, but also out of waterways. So that's very important for not only our wildlife, but our fish and water quality. So if we have any fishermen or women in the group, they know how important that is. All of those microplastics break down and eventually could get into what we are consuming. The state, V-Trans, also picked up nearly 500 tons of trash on the interstates and state highways. That's all of them. Just in 1 year. So there's very real, authentic enthusiasm around Green Up Day. It's about the community that connects us and keeps families and young people in Vermont. It gets people interested in giving back and participating. And all of these statistics show people how important it is. So a few of these photos on this slide are from the Williston Town Fair on Green Up Day last year. What a wonderful place to highlight your nonprofit organizations and the organizations that listen to your community. We had a blast. The lower left are myself, Ronnie Gray, and a few of our board members, Mike Casella, Aaron Despo, and Gene Richards there. We had a great time meeting people and just talking about service to community and how Green Up helped. We also had other things going on around the state. We actually drove quite a bit. There was a softball tournament in Tunbridge. There were arts and crafts in Winhall, and of course, lots and lots of picking up of trash. So it was fun to see all of the engagement of youth and people in community. One of the things that we do like to do year round is engage youth. And so we step into classrooms. We encourage Girl Scout troops, as you'll see there, that Girl Scout troop in Danville runs Green Up Day for Danville. But we also had a group from UVM. They are called Eco Reps. They have a group on college and on campus, and they teach other students about what they can do to reduce waste and live in more environmentally friendly. So we get into classrooms, we teach about reducing waste. One of the most important things we can do is teach children how to change habits. So instead of picking up a single-use plastic water bottle or a Gatorade bottle or something like that, perhaps they can use a refillable water bottle. We work with Girls on the Run. We do high school environmental clubs, and we have developed a mentor program where every single town in Vermont has a volunteer town coordinator. Yours in Williston is Andrew Plum. These volunteer town coordinators are teamed up with a high school student, and the high school student, as the mentee, can help them distribute information. They can possibly help them with technology and using the app. They can share different ideas and ways to reach youth in their community. The mentor program, when we started with 6. The second year, we grew to 36, and this year we have 56. So it's a great way to team up volunteers that are already in the leadership position in communities, but also bring in high school students and teach them leadership qualities and community service all at the same time. It's wonderful. Broadening awareness. We have worked on public displays, and in 2001 we managed a water bottle filling station grant, and that's the unit on the lower left, lower right, that silver thing on the wall, water bottle filling station unit. And we were able to place 33 of these filling stations in public spaces throughout Vermont: schools, libraries, community buildings, parks, municipal service buildings, and rec centers. The program was very exciting. This teaches, especially the ones in school, it teaches the kids about single-use plastic. And to date, we've already saved over 10,000 single-use plastic from entering the waste system. We have an app that has been developed. In the upper left, you'll see that's a screenshot from the app on Green Up Day last year. People can create teams. They can drop pins where they leave their trash bags if the town allows roadside bags to be left. They can create a little bit of friendly competition, as there is a leaderboard on the app. So you can check in with your teams. And Casella, I think, had 9 teams last year, and they were pitting against each other all day, trying to get more bags than the other. And then we reach out into the community by doing tabling events and events like this. We participated in the Wheels for Warp program, which happens, that picture is in Barrie. That's the day of the sale. But basically they collect tires from folks that may have 2, they might have a set of 4, they sold the car, they can't use the tires anymore, but the tires are still good. So they sell the tires to people at a very discounted rate, where they take ones, every single tire is checked by DMV. The ones that aren't of any value get recycled properly at a fee of $5 for the person who brings them in. That money, as well as the sale from all of the tires, I think tires go for $20 a piece versus the $80 you might pay for them in a regular store. All of that money goes to heating assistance for Vermonters. So really, it's a win-win-win. We get the tires recycled properly. We get heating assistance for people who need it, and we get reduced tires on wheels. So it's a great organization. One of the biggest things that towns have problems with are tires being turned in. Some towns won't accept them. Some towns do, but it's very costly. So the more we can figure out what's used them properly is a good thing. In looking to the future, we are trying to build an endowment for Green Up Vermont. And we're doing this now because it's going to take a long time and a lot of work. But it's like a retirement program for Green Up Vermont. We want to make sure that there's money in the till that can help produce Green Up Vermont in perpetuity, no matter who's at the helm. So our goal is to raise $1.5 million. We have 261,000 at the moment. It will be invested wisely and properly. And basically what would happen is that Green Up Vermont would only take the percentage of the interest earned in any given year to help with the cost of running Green Up Day. So if we tuck a little bit away every year, we can look forward to a long future. No matter if there's a financial downfall or another thing like COVID happens, we just never know. So it's an insurance program. But we're very pleased to be able to be responsible fiduciaries for Green Up Vermont and move in that direction. So the EG initiatives, I've spoken a little bit about this. We try to remain year round and to build out what we're doing. We work very hard at supporting our volunteer town coordinators, 250 of them around the state. 251, but one town doesn't. Shame on.
What's the first letter?
G.
Okay.
And it's very important to recruit new volunteers and keep youth involved. In the lower left is our volunteer from Wardsboro, and she and her daughter do the volunteer coordinating together. So it's just a great way to team up with youth and show them to take pride, how to take pride in their communities. We're committed to building those relationships and showing how prideful a job well done can be. And we have many partners, and you'll see the pile of those logos on there. We are supported by corporate partnership. It is about 40% of our marketing budget is made up from corporate partners. So they're very important to us. And we feel that giving back to them and their investment in us is extremely important. We have to take care of them. They do so much work in the communities, and each one has an environmental sustainability program and stance. And so we do e-newsletter, 4 e-newsletters a year. We market them extensively on our website and in our paid media. We had over 200 editorial stories where we shared about them last year. And our paid marketing actually gets over 6.5 million impressions in the time period around Green Up Day. And so we're very inclusive and giving back to our corporate partners. And then lastly, and I hope this works, to keep youth involved, we've had the poster contest for the past 30 years now. And that's always very popular. We went in the past couple of years, we've had about 200, 250. This year, we've had 654. So we're building and it's been really great. We also have a writing contest. We have instituted a video and jingle contest. And the video contest is on the next slide. That's what I hope will work. If you go to the next slide, can you click?
These green hills and silver waters are my home. They belong to me and to all of your sons and daughters. May they be strong and forever free. Let us live to protect her beauty and look with pride on the golden dome. They say home is where the heart is. These green mountains are my home. These green mountains are my home.
Yeah, that's great.
These kids get it. 34th graders from Reading Elementary.
Cute.
We know that it affects our wildlife and how we get to live. So Green Up Day, May 6th, Green Up Vermont. You're right.
And Kate, in your, on your behalf, we're speaking this morning, we'll be making a donation to the Williston Central School Mentoring Program in your name. Thank you very much. Pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
And I want to thank Sherry for stepping up and taking over the Green Up Day and organizing it. And I hope we'll have a good turnout. Sally has some beautiful vests for us. Maybe we can make the presentation with our colorful vests.
Yeah, I want to point out, like, when I'm going to pick a geographic area, but I kind of want to, I don't want to commit us to too much or not enough. So that's why I'm sort of asking for the volunteers, just to kind of get a good idea of how many people will be helping. So if you know in the next week or so, please let me know. It'd be awesome.
Great, thanks. And thank you, Dave. Sergeant at Arms is up. Oh, wait, before you do that, we have a.
Oh, and there's